Philippines, hello Region 1, aloha San Carlinian learners, airing live from the mango bamboo capital of the Philippines, San Carlos City. You're tuning into CCN Broadcast Center, a virtual home of every SDO-SEC learner, where passion is the key, learning paves the way. With our division mantra, developing creativity, maximizing versatility. This is your CCN Broadcast Center. CCN Broadcast Center, a virtual home of every SDO-SEC learner. Good day Philippines, hello Region 1, aloha San Carlinian learners, airing live from the mango bamboo capital of the Philippines, San Carlos City. You're tuning into CCN Broadcast Center, a virtual home of every SDO-SEC learner, where passion is the key, learning paves the way. With our division mantra, developing creativity, maximizing versatility. This is your CCN Broadcast Center. CCN Broadcast Center, a virtual home of every SDO-SEC learner.
Okay, good day learners, especially to all grade 9 young entrepreneurs of SEPNAS. Okay, welcome to another fun field of experience of learning only here at Carlos and Carlin Network. And this is teacher Diana Rose de Guzman Ortaleza, your teacher webcaster for today. And I'm so glad, of course, to share with you more about entrepreneurship. Okay, so my dear students, in order for you to easily follow and understand our lesson, okay, I want you all first to prepare the following. Your self-learning module in Entrepreneurship 9, okay, Quarter 3, Module 4, your paper and pen for your answers and taking down notes. And of course, I need your 100% attention, okay, all throughout the discussion. Because take note, class, that one key to learn is to listen. Okay. But before we formally proceed to our discussion, let's have first a simple recall of our previous lesson. So, from the picture shown on your screen, Okay, I know that it will help you to recall our past lesson. So what was our past lesson then? Yes, you've got it right. It's all about the different management functions, okay? And from this lesson, class, I have given you an acronym, okay, wherein through this acronym, you can easily recall, okay, on what are these different management functions, okay? And what is this acronym? This acronym is called POSDECON. Yes, wherein P stands for what? Yes, excellent. P stands for planning. How about for O? Yes, very good. O stands for organizing. And S, staffing. D, yes, directing. And CON for controlling. Okay, so it seems, my dear students, that you are now ready to proceed to our next lesson, which is all about the different legal forms of business ownership. Okay, and from this lesson, you are all expected to learn the following. First, you need to identify the legal forms of business ownership. Second, to differentiate the legal forms of business ownership by knowing its advantages and disadvantages. And lastly, to appreciate the importance of different legal forms of business ownership. Okay, the first thing you need to know, okay, you need to learn is to identify the legal forms of business ownership. So let us now take this activity called Picture Word, okay, wherein you will read two pictures, okay, or two combined pictures to create a word. And of course, an example of this activity is already flashed on your screen, okay, which is the correct answer is earring. Okay, and the two combined pictures is an ear and a ring. Okay, so I hope, okay, that these challenging word puzzles will light up the lesson, okay, for this module. Okay, are you now ready, class? Okay, so here is the first picture. Okay, I will give you 5 seconds, of course, to think and figure out on what are the two combined pictures, and you will create a word. Okay, timer starts now. Okay, time is up. What do you think is the correct answer for this? Yes, definitely. It is sole proprietorship. And when we say sole proprietorship, class, okay, from the word itself, of course, this is owned and usually managed by only one person. It is also considered as the oldest and simplest form of business ownership. Another picture word. Are you now ready? Yes. Another 5 seconds to be given to figure out on what are these two pictures in order for you to build a word. A word that is, of course, related to our topic. Okay, time is up. And the correct answer is a partnership. Okay, I hope that you are enjoying doing this activity. And when we say partnership, class, okay, this is an association of two or more persons who act as co-owners of a business. And each partner contributes money, property, or a service. Okay, next picture word. Okay, another 5 seconds to be given. And timer starts now. Okay, what could be the possible answer for this? Yes, you've got it right. It is a corporation. Okay, And when we say corporation class, this is also another form of legal ownership, business ownership. It is an artificial being created by operation of law, having the right of succession and the powers, attributes, and properties expressly authorized by law or incident to its existence. And there is also what we call stocks, okay, wherein this is the shares or certificates of ownership of a corporation. And the owners of stocks are called stockholders or shareholders. Okay, another picture word. Okay, I know that most of you here don't know who is on the left picture. Okay, you may ask the help of your parents or your titas. For sure, they know her. Okay, then, another 5 seconds to be given. Timer starts now. Okay, time is up. And the correct answer for these two combined pictures is, yes, a cooperative. Okay? And when we say cooperative class, this is owned by 25 or more individuals who, like in a corporation, buy shares in the business. And this is also an enterprise for the poor. It is also known as co-op. Okay, so there you have it, my dear students, the 4 legal forms of business ownership. Okay, by doing that activity, the picture word, we have the sole proprietorship, partnership, corporation, and lastly, the cooperative. Okay, and the next, objective of this lesson is to differentiate the legal forms of business ownership by discussing to you the different advantages and disadvantages. Okay, so let us now move on to the different advantages and disadvantages. Okay, this time it is a sole proprietorship. It's some of its advantages. Okay, the first one is ease and low cost of formation and the solution. Okay. It is easy and cheap to start. It is also easy and cheap to dissolve. Okay, why is it easy and cheap to start? Okay, because it requires only small capital and there are no legal papers needed. Usually, class, only a license from the DTI or Department of Trade and Industry and a business permit, of course, coming from the city or municipal government are only required. Okay. On the other hand, if such business form ownership decides to close its operation, okay, there are no legal procedures to comply with. Only that the owner has, of course, the obligation to pay all his creditors. Okay, another advantage of a sole proprietorship, retention of all profits. Okay, of course, all profits belong to the owner of the business. Since, of course, he is the only one who is managing the business, so that's why. Okay, this is the greatest incentive or reward of the entrepreneur. Actually, this is also the reason why many entrepreneurs prefer this ownership. Okay, moving on to its disadvantages. Okay, the first one is unlimited liability. Okay, this is the other side of profit. In case the business fails or will turn into bankruptcy, the owner assumes all the financial obligations. Okay, even all his personal properties, including savings, could be seized and sold just to pay all his creditors. Another disadvantage of sole proprietorship is limited access to credit. Okay. Banks and other financial institutions are usually not willing to lend large amount of money to single proprietorship. Why? Because their assets of owners are what? Generally small to be used as security or collateral. Okay, and such disadvantage, of course, prevents owners from expanding its business operations. Okay, next. We have here the different advantages of partnership. Okay, first one is availability of more capital and credit. Here in partnership class, partners can pool their resources such as their properties, equipment, and others. And of course, this can be used, okay, for their security in obtaining bank loans. And of course, here in partnership class, suppliers are willing to extend more credit to a partnership than a single proprietorship. Okay, next, better business skills and knowledge. Okay, each partner here in partnership contributes his or her skills and knowledge to the organization. And such combination, of course, it provides what? Better management in terms of planning, in terms of decision making, and implementation as well, compared with a sole proprietorship. Okay, how about its disadvantages? Okay, first is idle investment. Okay, it is quite easy to invest money in partnership, but sometimes it is also difficult to get it out. Okay, for instance, class, when one partner decides to leave the organization, his remaining partners, what? May not buy his shares. Okay? That could be a problem. Okay? But such problem can only be eliminated if it is provided in the articles of partnership that the remaining partners will buy the shares of the partners who will leave the organization. Another option, class, is that, okay, when the leaving partner will try to look for an outsider who will buy his share. Okay, and this is only possible if, of course, the business is lucrative or gaining. Okay, or profitable. Next, advantages of corporation. Limited liability. Okay. The liability of a stockholder is only up to his what? Shares of stock. Okay. In case the corporation becomes a failure, okay, the creditors can only lay their claims on the assets of the corporation and not on the personal assets of the stockholders. Okay. Another advantage of corporation, class, is specialized management. Okay. A corporation can only, of course, can hire professional managers and specialists because they have what? Enough funds to develop its human resources. Okay. Moving on to the different disadvantages of a corporation. First, strictly regulated and supervised by the government. Okay. Here, class, in corporation, okay, government regulation and supervision on corporations are what? Closest compared to other forms of business ownership. Why? Because a corporation have to comply with all the government laws, policies, and regulations, wherein they have to submit their financial reports every year to the different concerned government agencies. Okay. Next, disadvantage of a corporation is formal and impersonal employer and employee relationship. Okay. Class, a corporation has several layers of management. Okay? The president and the board of directors seldom or do not associate with the workers or clerks of the corporation. But there are few corporations which strive to maintain a small business atmosphere, of course, in order to sustain camaraderie in the organization, which is very important. Okay, next. Next objective of this lesson is to appreciate the importance of the different legal forms of business ownership. Okay. If be given a chance, class, or opportunity, okay, and provided all the needed resources in the business, okay, and knowing all these forms of business ownership, okay, it will help you, class, to decide on what form of business ownership that later on you will engage in. And that is the importance of knowing these different forms of business ownership. Okay, so this time, let's take this activity, and from this activity, class, you will determine, okay, the following advantages, disadvantages, okay, whether it is a sole proprietorship, a partnership, a corporation, or a cooperative. Of course, by checking, okay, or putting a check on each corresponding column. Okay, are you now ready for this activity? I hope that most of you are what? Answering. Okay? First is limited interest on capital. Okay, what do you think? This is under what form of business ownership? Is it sole? Is it partnership? Is it corporation or cooperative? Yes. Definitely correct. It is under cooperative. Okay, next one. Retention of all profits. This is very easy. This is under what? Yes, you've got it right. It is under a sole proprietorship. Okay, next. Limited liability. Okay. This is under what form of business ownership? Yes, very good. This is under corporation. Okay? And the fourth one, formal and impersonal employer-employee relationship. Okay, this is under yes, very good. This is under corporation. And the last one, availability of more capital and credit. This is under, yes, very good. This is under partnership. Okay. So, this point in time, class, you will now take your assessment. Okay, are you now all ready, my beloved students? Okay, hopefully to become an entrepreneur someday. Okay, from this assessment, of course, you will identify the following. And 5 seconds, of course, after or to be given after each question. Okay, so the first question is, this is a business unit owned and managed by only one person. Take note, only one person. It is also considered the simplest and most common form of ownership. Okay, 5 seconds starts now. This is very easy actually. You have already your clue. Okay, time is up. And the correct answer for this, of course, is a sole proprietorship. I hope, class, that all of you got the correct answer. Okay, next, number 2. Okay. Under this business form, okay, here is another clue. 2 or more persons are owners of the business. The owners define their rights and duties as partners in the business through a partnership agreement. Okay, if you will try to look for the clue words there, you will know already the answer. Okay, 5 seconds to be given to think on what could be the possible answer for this. Okay, time is up. My dear students, the correct answer for this is, yes, partnership. I hope all of you or most of you got the correct answer. Next, number 3. Okay, this business form is initiated by individuals called incorporators. Another clue. Okay, numbering from a minimum of 5 and a maximum of 15 and controlled by an elected group form of or from the shareholders called the board of directors. Okay, 5 seconds. Okay, time is up. The correct answer is a corporation. Okay, very good. Keep it up, class. Next question. Okay, this form is owned by 25 or more individuals who, like in a corporation, buy shares, okay, in the business. And the persons belonging to the group are known as the members. Okay. 5 seconds to be given for you to think, okay, on what is the correct answer. Timer starts now. Yes, time is up. And the correct answer for this, for number 4, is a cooperative. I hope again that most of you or all of you got the correct answer. Next, last question. Okay, this refers to the form of ownership of a business. Okay, I hope that you know the answer for this. 5 seconds. Time is up. And the correct answer for this is the legal forms, okay? Forms of business ownership. I hope, class, that most of you got the 5 correct answers. Okay. So, and for your assignment, class, you will search and make a printout. This assignment, class, this could also be served as your performance task, okay, for this 3rd quarter. Okay, you will search and make a printout, one of each business ownership in the Philippines. Of course, here only in the Philippines, okay? And it is already flashed on your screen. What could be the format of this? You just copy and follow the format, okay? I hope that, of course, all of you will submit this assignment for the next meeting or for the next distribution of your module. Okay? Before I will end, let me leave this to you. Okay? My dear students, okay, dream big, start small, but most of all, start. Okay? In business world, class, okay, there's nothing wrong in dreaming big. Okay? And to fulfill your big dream, of course, you will first start from a small business. Okay, and in order for you to have even a very small kind of business, the most important thing to do is to start. Okay, so my beloved students, I encourage you all to start your own business even at your very young age. Okay? Even you will just gain a peso profit because no one knows that from that 1 peso, okay, there will be a big possibility that awaits you in business world. So once again, thank you for listening and watching. This is Teacher Diana Rose de Guzman Ortaleza of Speaker Eugenio National Agricultural School. Thank you for listening and God bless us all.
Good day, Philippines. Hello, Region 1. Aloha, San Carolinian learners. Airing live from the mango bamboo capital of the Philippines, San Carlos City. You're tuning in to CCN Broadcast Center, a virtual home of every SDO-SEC learner, where passion is the key. Learning paves the way. With our division mantra, developing creativity, maximizing versatility. This is your CCN Broadcast Center. CCN Broadcast Center, a virtual home of every SDO-SEC